April 7th, 2018, Palm Coast, Florida. A young mother laughs at her front door while preparing breakfast for her 6-year-old son. Less than an hour later, she would be found dead on her bedroom floor with 2 bullets in her chest, and the man standing over her body would tell police something almost impossible.
Brandy Johansson?
Yes. Spell it. Johansson. What's your name, man? My name is Mr. Keith Johansson.
The good thing about
But what detectives were about to uncover inside that house wasn't just murder, it was surveillance, control, humiliation, and a digital nightmare secretly recording everything.
This is the story of Brandy Calenza and the man who tried to turn her home into a prison. The morning had begun normally. At their home on Felter Lane in Palm Coast, Brandy was seen on security footage greeting 2 religious visitors at the front door. She smiled, laughed, and appeared completely calm. Nothing about her behavior suggested fear, panic, or drug use. That footage would later become critical because the defense would eventually claim Brandy was paranoid and unstable. But the cameras showed something very different. A normal mother starting an ordinary Saturday morning. Minutes later, another camera captured Brandy's 6-year-old son, Ryland, wrapped in a teddy bear blanket while she prepared breakfast in the kitchen. It would become one of the last peaceful moments of her life. Brandy was only 25 years old. Friends described her as caring, emotional, and deeply devoted to her son. But behind closed doors, her marriage to Keith Johansson was falling apart. According to investigators, Keith had installed cameras throughout the house, not for security, but for control. Every movement, every conversation, every argument, the home had become less of a family house and more of a monitored cage. Then,
Flagler County 911, where's your emergency?
I was in the shower. I heard gunshots. I think my wife shot herself.
What happened?
I was in the shower and I heard some gunshots.
Okay.
I think that my wife accidentally shot herself.
Do you think she...
making him afraid to approach her. But when deputies arrived, the story already seemed wrong. Brandy was dead, lying between the bed and a nightstand with 2 gunshot wounds to the chest. At her feet were 2 pistols placed neatly beside each other. Too neatly. Investigators immediately suspected the scene had been staged, and Keith's behavior only raised more suspicion. He wasn't focused on helping Brandy. He seemed focused on explaining himself. Then, detectives noticed another problem. Keith claimed he had just showered, but his clothes were dry. His skin wasn't pruned, and the bathroom wasn't steamy. The story didn't match the evidence, but the biggest break in the case came from the smallest witness in the house, Ryland. The 6-year-old told investigators he heard his mother scream before the gunshots. Not scream in surprise, scream in fear. Then he heard 2 loud bangs. Afterward, Keith allegedly told him to stay in his room and said nobody was with mommy. To detectives, it sounded like coaching, and they were about to uncover something even more disturbing.
As detectives searched through the surveillance footage, they uncovered days of arguments secretly recorded inside the house. What those videos revealed would horrify the courtroom, and what happens next will be revealed in part 2.
If you enjoy true crime stories, like this video.